As a doctor who spent 25 years caring for older adults, today I want to share something that's rarely explained with real care and detail. Something that could quietly solve your struggle of waking in the middle of the night in a way far simpler than most imagine. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid, a geriatric physician who's helped thousands of men and women restore their strength, circulation, and calm naturally, often beginning with deeper, steadier sleep. Because after 60, sleep isn't just about closing your eyes. It's about chemistry, rhythm, and the quiet signals your body sends when it finally feels safe to let go. And here's what most people overlook. Some of the strongest of those signals don't come from pills or powders, but from something far more natural. Seeds, tiny, living foods that carry the minerals, oils, and amino acids your body once used to balance hormones, warm the blood, and hold rest through the night. In this episode, we'll explore 4 simple seeds that help your body remember how to sleep deeply again, naturally and rhythmically. And before we finish, I'll also share 2 popular seeds that seem healthy, but can quietly disturb sleep when eaten too late. One of them, the most unexpected, can be powerful enough to feel like flipping a night switch. Stay with me. And if this resonates, subscribe and tell me where you're watching from so more people can find their rhythm again. Before we count down those 4 healing seeds, let's take a moment to understand why sleep becomes fragile with age. After 60, the chemistry that once guided your nights begins to lose its rhythm. Melatonin, your body's sleep messenger, declines. Circulation slows, leaving hands and feet cool when they should be warm. And the brain's calming signals, carried by minerals like magnesium and amino acids like tryptophan, fade quietly with time. The result isn't insomnia, it's confusion. Your body no longer knows when it's safe to rest. But here's the good news. Those same nutrients that fade can be restored, not through pills, but through real foods your body already understands. That's where seeds come in. Each one works on a different part of the system. One calms the heart, another relaxes the muscles, another restores circulation or hormones, together rebuilding the natural rhythm that sleep depends on. So let's begin with number 4. The seed that steadies your evening mood and reawakens your body's serotonin pathway. Number 4, sunflower seeds, the serotonin stabilizer. We begin with the seed that steadies the evening mood, the one that helps your mind slow before the night begins. For most older adults, falling asleep isn't the problem. Staying asleep is. The body may be tired, but the mind stays a few steps ahead, replaying the day or planning the next morning. That restlessness comes from low evening serotonin, the chemical messenger that tells your brain it's safe to unwind now. This is where sunflower seeds come in, a quiet but powerful helper for the nervous system. These small golden kernels hold an unusually high amount of vitamin B6, tryptophan, and selenium, 3 nutrients your brain depends on to build serotonin naturally. In your younger years, your body produced serotonin almost automatically. After 60, the production slows. Not because you've lost the ability, but because your diet and digestion no longer supply enough of these key building blocks. Sunflower seeds refill that supply chain. Here's the simple sequence your body follows. Tryptophan becomes serotonin. Vitamin B6 converts that serotonin into melatonin, the hormone of night. And selenium, an often forgotten mineral, helps protect those brain cells from oxidative stress, so the signal stays clear and strong. In other words, sunflower seeds don't sedate you. They rebuild communication inside your nervous system. A study from the International Journal of Food Sciences and Nutrition found that diets richer in natural B6 sources, especially seeds and whole grains, improve sleep efficiency by nearly 20% in adults over 55. It's not dramatic like medication, it's gradual, like the body remembering an old rhythm. There's also a circulation link. The healthy fats in sunflower seeds support the flexibility of your arteries and help your body maintain steady blood flow through the night, preventing those mild blood pressure dips that sometimes wake you. Here's how to use them. Take 1 tablespoon of raw, unsalted sunflower kernels about an hour before bed. Chew them thoroughly, slowly, as if signaling to your body that the day is ending. Avoid salted or oil-roasted versions. Extra sodium can raise nighttime blood pressure and lead to early waking. For an even gentler effect, Pair them with a small cup of warm milk or chamomile tea. Warmth enhances nutrient absorption and reinforces that same nightly cue of safety. You don't need many. In fact, smaller, consistent doses teach your body to trust the pattern again. The first night, you may feel only calm. By the third or fourth, you'll notice fewer mental loops, fewer sudden wake-ups, and a softer drop into rest. Sunflower seeds don't make you sleepy. They make you ready for sleep. And that readiness is the foundation of every peaceful night. Number 3, flax seeds and the mood smoother. Once the mind begins to settle, the body needs something to keep that calm from slipping away. That's where flax seeds come in. The small, glossy seeds that smooth out both mood and hormones, helping your system stay balanced through the night. Flax is often praised for heart health, but what it quietly does for your nervous system is just as powerful. Inside each seed is a trio your body craves after 60: omega-3 fatty acids, lignans, and magnesium. Together, they lower stress chemistry, nourish brain cells, and support the gentle rise of serotonin that sets the stage for sleep. Let's start with omega-3s. These are the same fats found in fish, but flax offers them in a plant form called ALA. ALA reduces cortisol, your stress hormone, and increases the sensitivity of serotonin receptors in the brain. Lower cortisol means your heart rate slows naturally. Increased serotonin sensitivity means calm doesn't just come, it lasts. Next are lignans, natural plant compounds that act like subtle hormone balancers. For many women after menopause, and men as well, sleep problems worsen because estrogen and testosterone shifts disturb body temperature and serotonin rhythm. Lignans help smooth those hormonal fluctuations, easing hot flashes, reducing sudden warmth, and allowing your internal temperature to cool the way it's meant to before deep sleep. Then comes magnesium, the mineral of relaxation. Magnesium tells muscles to release tension, helps nerves fire evenly, and supports GABA, the brain's main calming neurotransmitter. When magnesium levels fall too low, small muscles, like those in your legs, can twitch or cramp during the night, pulling you out of rest. Flax gently corrects that imbalance. In a 2021 Frontiers in Nutrition review, researchers noted that adults who consumed more flax or flax oil had lower evening cortisol and better total sleep time. Their conclusion was simple. When inflammation and stress hormones fall, the brain rediscovers its ability to shut down on schedule. Here's how to use flax the right way. Always choose ground flax seeds, not whole. Whole seeds pass through the body undigested, but ground flax allows your system to access those delicate oils and lignans. Mix 1 teaspoon into a half cup of warm milk, oat milk, or Greek yogurt about an hour before bed. If you prefer savory, sprinkle it on a light salad or warm soup in the early evening. Keep the portion small. Flax isn't about volume, it's about consistency. Used nightly, it acts like an internal stabilizer, cooling inflammation, balancing hormones, and teaching the nervous system that it's safe to rest. You might not notice a sudden drowsiness. Instead, what returns is continuity, sleep that stays steady, unbroken, and gentle. Flax seeds don't silence the mind. They soften its edges. And sometimes, that's all the body needs to find peace again. Number 2, black sesame seeds, the hormone balancer. Now that the mind is calm and the body has released its tension, the next step is restoring balance inside. The hormonal rhythm that quietly decides when your body feels ready for rest. For this, few foods work as gently and as deeply as black sesame seeds. Across much of Asia, they've been part of nightly rituals for centuries, mixed into warm porridge, teas, or sweet pastes served after sunset. People didn't know the modern biology then, but they understood something true. Black sesame steadies the inner rhythm, and today science shows why. Inside these small, dark seeds lies a combination of calcium, zinc, iron, magnesium, and natural phytoestrogens, plant compounds that subtly echo the body's own hormones. Together, they help keep the endocrine system balanced, circulation steady, and the melatonin clock synchronized. Here's what happens with age. After 60, both estrogen and testosterone decline, but not evenly. The fluctuations that follow can confuse your internal temperature controls and your brain's melatonin production. That's why many older adults describe waking up hot, then cold, or feeling alert at midnight for no clear reason. The hormonal clock loses its rhythm. Black sesame seeds act like a soft metronome for that rhythm. Their phytoestrogens gently buffer those hormonal peaks and dips, creating stability without overstimulation. They're not replacements, they're reminders, whispering the message your body once heard naturally. It's nighttime now. Then there's calcium, an often overlooked mineral for sleep. Beyond bone strength, calcium actually helps the brain convert tryptophan into serotonin and later into melatonin, the sleep hormone. When calcium levels drop too low, the conversion slows, leading to light, easily broken sleep. Black sesame restores that process. Its calcium content is higher than milk, gram for gram, and far easier to absorb when warmed. Zinc adds another layer. It enhances the sensitivity of melatonin receptors, ensuring that once melatonin rises, the body truly responds. Heart rate lowers, breath steadies, and blood vessels relax. Iron supports oxygen delivery to the brain, preventing those subtle dips in oxygen that can cause restlessness or micro-awakenings during the night. In one 2019 study published in the Japanese Journal of Nutrition and Dietetics, adults who consumed black sesame daily for just 4 weeks showed better sleep efficiency, fewer temperature fluctuations, and higher morning alertness. The researchers credited sesame's combination of minerals and phytoestrogens for helping restore circadian stability. To use it in practice, lightly toast 1 teaspoon of black sesame seeds in a dry pan until fragrant. Just a few seconds. Sprinkle them over warm oatmeal, rice porridge, or yogurt about 1 hour before bed. The gentle heat unlocks the oils that carry calcium and zinc more efficiently. If you prefer something soothing and sweet, mix them with a teaspoon of honey or warm soy milk, a combination used traditionally to calm the heart and balance energy before night. The flavor is nutty, grounding, even nostalgic, a taste that seems to slow time itself. Used consistently, black sesame teaches the body what evening is supposed to feel like: calm, balanced, and ready for renewal. It doesn't force sleep. It guides the body back toward it, one quiet night at a time. Number 1. Pumpkin seeds, the deep sleep builder. We've arrived at the final and most powerful of all, pumpkin seeds, the small green kernels that complete the chain of calm. If the other seeds prepare the stage for sleep, pumpkin seeds bring the curtain down. They are the signal that tells your body it's time. Many of my older patients describe the same feeling. They can fall asleep but not stay there. Around 2 or 3 a.m., the mind flickers back on. The body feels tense again, and rest slips away. That's often because their nervous system has forgotten how to fully shut down. Pumpkin seeds help it remember. Inside every handful is a combination your body depends on for deep sleep: magnesium, zinc, and tryptophan. These 3 nutrients form what I often call the night chemistry triangle. Magnesium relaxes the muscles and quiets the nerves. Zinc helps convert tryptophan into serotonin, and tryptophan becomes melatonin, the hormone that maintains your natural sleep rhythm. When even one corner of that triangle is missing, rest becomes fragile. But pumpkin seeds restore all 3 at once, naturally and efficiently. Let's start with magnesium, the mineral of release. Magnesium lowers cortisol, your stress hormone, and activates GABA, the neurotransmitter that slows the brain's electrical activity. Without enough GABA, you might fall asleep but wake easily. Pumpkin seeds are one of nature's richest sources of this mineral, giving the body permission to exhale at the end of the day. Then comes zinc, a quiet worker in the background. Zinc helps the brain convert serotonin into melatonin. That conversion is what sets your sleep-wake rhythm. Without zinc, melatonin production falters. With it, the chain completes smoothly. And finally, tryptophan, an amino acid that acts as the raw material for both serotonin and melatonin. Your body can't make it. It must come from food. Pumpkin seeds deliver it in perfect proportion, creating what scientists call the serotonin-melatonin pathway. It's the same chemistry that used to function automatically in your younger years. A study in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that adults who consumed tryptophan-rich foods like pumpkin seeds slept longer, had fewer awakenings, and showed a more consistent melatonin curve through the night. Another trial published in Nutrients, 2020, reported that magnesium intake significantly improved both sleep quality and morning alertness in adults over 60. These aren't dramatic effects. They're cumulative, like a rhythm being remembered. Here's the simplest nightly practice. Eat 1 tablespoon of lightly roasted, unsalted pumpkin seeds about an hour before bed. You can stir them into warm milk, dairy, oat, or soy, or sprinkle them over a small bowl of Greek yogurt. The warmth helps absorption, and the steady fats in the seeds slow digestion, providing a gentle flow of nutrients through the night. Over a week or two, most people describe the same quiet shift. Fewer awakenings, calmer mornings, and a sense that sleep now comes through them rather than to them. Pumpkin seeds don't sedate you. They remind your chemistry how to rest. They are the final piece of the nightly puzzle, the small, humble signal that turns the lights down from within. Because deep sleep isn't lost. It's waiting for the right messenger to arrive. And sometimes that messenger is no bigger than a seed. By now, you've met the 4 seeds: sunflower, flax, sesame, and pumpkin, each repairing a different part of your night's rhythm. But true healing never comes from isolated nutrients. It comes from how we use them, in sequence, in stillness, in rhythm. I remember a woman in her late 60s who came to my clinic years ago. She wasn't sick, just tired, the kind of fatigue that comes from too many half-slept nights. Her habits were healthy: light dinners, short walks, even chamomile tea before bed. But her timing was scattered. Some nights she'd skip dinner, other nights she'd snack too late, or sip tea past midnight. Her body no longer trusted the idea of routine. So instead of medication, we built something simple, a small nightly ritual. A few spoonfuls of seeds prepared the same way each evening, paired with quiet and warmth. Within 2 weeks, she didn't say she was sleeping better. She said mornings felt calmer, her breath deeper, her thoughts slower. That's what rhythm restores: trust. Here's how to recreate that same signal for yourself. Around 7:30 or 8 p.m., combine: 1 tablespoon pumpkin seeds, lightly roasted, unsalted; 1 teaspoon ground flax seed; 1 teaspoon black sesame seeds; ½ teaspoon sunflower seeds. Stir them into warm milk or unsweetened soy milk and let it rest for 5 minutes. The warmth unlocks their minerals and oils: magnesium, zinc, calcium, omega-3s. The quiet chemistry your body needs to let go. Then sit, breathe, and drink slowly. Think of it not as food, but as a message. Sunflower soothes the mind. Flax softens the nerves. Sesame balances warmth and hormones. Pumpkin completes the chain, calming the muscles and signaling that the night has come. Together, they form what I call the sleep signal mix, a gentle, natural way to restore communication between your brain, heart, and gut. Keep portions small, avoid added sugar or salt, and repeat nightly. Because the body learns through rhythm, not force. When it feels the same quiet cues again and again, it begins to trust the dark once more. And when trust returns, the heart slows, the breath deepens, and sleep finds its way back. Because your body never truly forgets how to rest. It only forgets the signals. And now, you know how to send them again. Not every seed is suited for the evening. Some that seem nourishing can quietly disrupt the same chemistry the others restore. They're not harmful, just mistimed. Because when eaten too late, the body reads their signals not as rest, but as activity. The first is hemp seed, often praised as a superfood for energy and circulation. It's true, hemp seeds are rich in arginine, an amino acid that widens blood vessels and increases nitric oxide production. That's why they're wonderful in the morning, when you want to wake the body, improve blood flow, and sharpen focus. But at night, that same boost can backfire. Arginine raises heart rate and internal temperature, 2 quiet saboteurs of deep sleep. Instead of the body cooling and slowing, the system warms and quickens. The result? A restless night, light dreams, and the familiar 3 a.m. awakening that feels like anxiety but is really overstimulation. I once worked with an older gentleman, 72, who swore by hemp smoothies for their heart benefits. They worked beautifully, until he started taking them after dinner. His blood pressure improved, but his nights grew fragmented. The same circulation he built for day was now working against the night. When he moved that drink to breakfast, sleep returned in less than a week. That's the lesson. Timing changes everything. The same food that energizes at sunrise can disrupt rest after dusk. The second seed is chia, another nutrient-dense favorite that, when used wrong, can quietly cause the body to fight itself at night. Dry chia seeds absorb water up to 10 times their weight, expanding in the stomach. That expansion can cause bloating, pressure, or mild indigestion, especially in slower evening digestion after 60. Instead of calming the gut, it signals discomfort, and the body stays half awake to manage it. Now, chia isn't the enemy. When soaked for at least 10 minutes in warm milk or plant milk, it transforms, soft, gel-like, and gentle on digestion. That's why I often recommend it as a daytime stabilizer, not a bedtime one. A spoonful soaked and eaten mid-afternoon steadies blood sugar, preventing the late-night glucose dips that can wake you too early. So the rule isn't to fear these seeds, it's to respect their timing. Hemp belongs to the light hours, chia to the afternoon. They're excellent for vitality, circulation, and energy, but at night they send the wrong message. Even good foods used at the wrong hour confuse the body's rhythm. And sleep, above all, depends on rhythm. When your chemistry learns the difference between waking fuel and resting signal, the night stops being a battle. It becomes what it was always meant to be, recovery. Because the goal isn't to eat perfectly, it's to listen wisely. And wisdom begins with knowing when to stop feeding the day. Your body was never broken. It's simply been waiting for warmth, rhythm, and the quiet messages that tell it the day is done. Each seed we've explored sends one of those messages. Sunflower steadies your mind. Flax softens tension. Sesame balances the inner rhythm. Pumpkin closes the loop, turning chemistry into calm. Together, they rebuild what time once scattered. The connection between your brain, your blood, and your breath. But even more powerful than the seeds themselves is consistency. Healing doesn't begin with force. It begins with repetition. A spoonful at the same hour each night teaches your body to trust the pattern again. And when that trust returns, sleep stops being something you chase. It becomes something that meets you halfway. You'll notice it not at midnight, but in the morning. When your eyes open softly, your chest feels lighter, and your mind wakes without rush. That's the chemistry of rest, quietly restored. If this message resonates with you, take a moment tonight to choose just one seed and prepare it slowly. Then in the morning, notice what feels different, even slightly. If your sleep felt steadier, share it in the comments so others can learn from your rhythm. And if you'd like to help more people rediscover their natural rest, please like and subscribe. It truly makes a difference, because your body remembers how to sleep. You just have to remind it.